still not got an intro, but let's just get straight into it. So I think this video is gonna be a little bit different to the sort of videos that I've been making recently. So like this video is kind of like a how to like level up your fits almost. So kind of what I'm doing is I'm just taking like a really basic outfit, and I'm just going through like the three kind of main layers of like accessories and just saying like kind of how you can use them like well to style up your fits. So I thought like the most basic fit I could find is literally just a white t-shirt, some shorts and black socks. And then basically I'm just gonna go through each sort of layer and just say like how you could use that just to like kind of spice up your fit a little bit. But yeah, so like obviously the first layer of almost like accessories is always like headwear, so like your caps and stuff. Now obviously we're coming up to summer, so I got a bucket hat as well. Now this bucket hat that I've got is a Carhartt like reversible bucket hat. I quite like the way this looks. Obviously the red just peeking out a little bit, like you can kind of use that to your advantage, like get something with like a little bit of red in it. I got the red 98s and this red bucket hat, just like a small little touch to tie it in, right? But personally, instead of like bucket hats, I actually prefer wearing like baseball caps. Now I've got a couple caps here. The first one is this like a Bluejays cap, and as you can tell, like look, it's like really faded. But I really like the way this looks. Obviously with like more distressed fits, so like if you've got a hoodie that's like faded or a jacket that's old, like my Carhartt jacket, it always looks good to like kind of put like an older cap with it. So I like, as you can see here, like it's pretty much all kind of vintage fit, and the cap just kind of like adds it just a nice little touch. Also I got this like Pirelli cap as well. Obviously this works quite nicely like with stuff that's got like a lot of logos and stuff on it, and obviously like the logos and stuff is red and yellow, and the logos on the jacket are red and white, so it kind of ties in quite nicely as well. But that's basically headwear. Like obviously you have a couple options. Maybe if you had a bandana, but I don't actually have a bandana to try. But yeah, that's kind of headwear. The next sort of layer was like your chains and like your sort of neck jewelry, if you will. So obviously I got like three main chains, and I prefer like most of my jewelry to be silver. So the first chain is just like this really simple like low-key chain. Like if you're just going out like for a regular day, like nothing special or anything, you just want to throw on like a low-key chain, I really like this chain. But I like it's just a really low-key, just adds a little bit to the fit, nothing too major, and like it's not like really like incriminating. But obviously if you're going for something a little bit more drastic, I got this like big chunky chain, and I really like the way this chain looks. It's a lot shorter than the other one as well. It fits like just nicely like around the neck of the t-shirt, so obviously it falls quite nicely, right? But you can also like level this up as well with another chain underneath it. Like I've got this Vivienne Westwood chain, just adding that one extra chain underneath the big chain kind of just sets it off just a little bit more, and I really like the way that sort of looks. And obviously when you've got these two chains with your fit, if your fit's not too loud, you let the chains do the talking. Like with this simple fit, obviously it just elevates it just a little bit. Also as well, it's not like a summer item, but if you've got like a hoodie on or something, I also have this JW Anderson, I don't know what it's called, like a neck gaiter or something, but I really like the way this looks as well. Obviously it's just like another little touch just to level up the fit a little bit. I think it works quite well with hoodies or like jumpers. It just makes it look like you have a layer on underneath. But obviously like my neck's a little bit chunky, and so it's not really for me, but you know, if you like it, you can get something like this as well. And then obviously the kind of third layer is obviously the rings and like wristwear. Now I do have some watches, but I'm not really a big fan of watches. I think like most watches are a little bit too out there, or they're just like, you know, they're practical in that like if you need to check the time you can just check it, but like bro, just like look at your phone, right? I have this really nice tennis bracelet that I like. It was really cheap. These aren't like real diamonds. I think it was like £8. But yeah, it just fits nicely. It's not too tight on the wrist. I think it just adds like a little like pizzazz to the fit, if you get what I mean. Just a little bit of bling. Obviously a simple fit. You got your like put like the one chain on, this tennis bracelet, and it just sets it off like just nicely, just a little bit to elevate the fit. Also as well, you got rings as well. So I've got like 4 rings here. This one is one that I made, this Saint Laurent one, the Balenciaga one, and this Wu-Tang one. Obviously you can kind of wear these how you want. I just put them on my index and middle fingers just to show you. But I think rings are a really good idea. I think like when you wear rings, you don't want to overdo it though. Like you don't want to be wearing 9 rings or 10 rings. Just like two to 3 to maybe 4 is like a good sort of number. Like you don't want to wear loads of jewelry, especially if you've already got a chain and a bracelet on as well. You know, just kind of keep it aligned with the fit. So obviously with a more simple fit like this, just like a couple rings, a chain, like a simple chain and a bracelet, or like maybe a bigger chain and a bracelet, or just a chain and a couple rings, just like just to kind of make it just a little bit nicer. But yeah, that's kind of like the wristwear as well. But I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of a different video. Obviously I haven't really made a video like this before, and I don't really wear like a lot of jewelry myself, but I had these pieces and I thought I'd kind of just show you how I'd kind of incorporate them into like a very simple fit, so you could kind of see how you could kind of incorporate into your own fits if you was looking at getting into jewelry. But I think obviously chains are probably the best piece you can kind of get into, and obviously headwear, like we're coming into summer now as well, it's always good to have some caps, some sunnies, or yeah, like a bucket hat maybe. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the video. Let me know if you thought it was helpful at all. Like I try to keep these videos shorter, that you can kind of appreciate like what's going on and get straight to the point. Let me know if you feel like it should have been longer, just any comments that you might have. But yeah, like always, if you liked it, like it. If you want to comment, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. New videos coming every Sunday, 8 p.m.